Right, I'd just like to open up to questions now.
The big tugboat that you brought in, where is that now and when do you hope to start?
The go to notice is the ocean going safely talking about. It came in to receive the 4-inch line. We saw photographs of it on there. I'm not sure whether it was due to head out. In fact, Matt, has go to notice gone in?
Yes, it has.
Okay, so the go to notice has left Carol on board and is heading out to site.
It should be out there now.
So it's now alongside the Rena.
If it's not alongside, it will be there shortly.
When are you planning to start pumping onto that?
They'll start pumping as soon as they can. First thing they have to do is with this 4-inch hose, they need to take it from the go to notice, put it onto the Rena, and then set up the pumping system. So they're pretty much ready to go. But it's just going to be how long it takes to manhandle this hose array position.
Do you expect to go in there tonight?
That would be my hope. But one of the things to always remember that it's a different and a new system that they're putting in place, so they will have problems with it. It's just they'll work as fast and as hard as they can.
With the amount of oil remaining and looking at the current rate and the weather in coming days, do you have an idea of when you may be able to get it all off?
The settling tanks is, as we speak, is obviously an operation they're working hard on. The next one becomes 5-star. That's a much tougher job. First of all, it's underwater at the moment. So once they've got this dam in place, they then have to pump it out. They then have to open the hatch cover. They have to vent it off to make sure that the atmosphere inside the tank is safe to be able to put someone into it to then be able to lower the pumps. Unlike the other ones, they could slide it down a ladder. This one on the side of the hull, it's got a whole lot of ribs, if you like, that come down. So they can't lower the pump down and then let it go. It keeps jamming on these things. So someone's going to have to put it in there, lift it down, each one of those each one of those strings. So that's going to be a tough and long job.
What's the weather like for the next few days? The operation?
There's a very good weather window of about 5 days at the moment. Minimal swell, nice gentle breezes, similar to today.
You mentioned, Bruce, that it's a dying ship, and I've asked you this question before. You must know from your experience and those of the team around you the lifetime that this dying ship has before, as was incorrectly reported last night, happens. Have you thought about weeks, months, until it goes snap bang?
The weather conditions will drive that.
So it needs a catalyst like a weather event to force it to go?
At the moment they have a number of systems on board the vessel. One of them is measures the movement between the bow and the stern, and that's shown that there's very little movement in that. Most of the holes are flooded right up to number 6 hole, which is helping to keep it on the reef. But a weather event is what will change things. How much weather, how much swell, I don't know. It's obviously the word precarious, and it is. We need to monitor it at all times.
If it did break up, how much of that water would come out? Is it safe in there, or is it?
First of all, every day they get more oil off, the better off. Tanks, you can't guarantee that the tanks won't be punctured if it sinks. But if one of the priorities that they would have if they had to abandon the vessel again would be to seal those tanks up so that they formed a tight container that not going to leak the oil. But you don't know what's going to happen once it goes into deeper water.
The crack in the hull is, how much of the oil is after the crack in the hull? Because if the ship were to break in heavy weather, it's the stern section of the ship that's going to go underwater.
Yeah.
So how much oil is, of the amount of remaining oil, how much is in the stern, the tanks that are in the stern, after the crack?
All of the oil is in the stern and the arm of the crack. Originally, there are the number 3 port and start, which are in the region of the cracks. 3 port, they emptied out. It was one of the first operations the Solis did. They emptied that into 5 port. 3 started. They were just starting that operation when the storm blew in, and that's where we had the major loss from.
One more question.
Have any more containers been recovered, or have you managed to work out the location of any more containers, like those 35 that aren't known whereabouts they are?
There are a large number of containers where They are close to the wreck. Spitzer have undertaken a side-scanning sonar survey of that area, and they've found a large number of those containers. As far as recovery, a lot of the recovery now is not recovering full containers, it's recovering the floor of them, the sides of them, bits and pieces. So it's quite hard to actually get a definitive number, but it's debris, and so they're picking it all up as they go.
Did last night's false report disrupt any operations?
It was interesting, and it caused quite a bit of a flurry of people wanting to contact. It was quite interesting that the Spitzer people, one of the crews was just coming off, and they were bemused that someone had reported that it had fallen apart. The Awanuia master was sitting watching it and saw no movement, and he was absolutely laughing down the phone about that.
All right, thanks, Bruce.